So how fucking awesome is that? Jess made that for me yesterday, which is like the coolest damn thing ever. And hey Ryan. Okay, so just FYI, I'm this is the one that started yesterday. I've actually got a couple more out, so I'm going to finish this one today so I can show you guys how that's done. And I'm gonna my oh no, there's tape on here. It's still a little early in the morning for me. I am not a morning person. I've never been a morning person. So me getting up this early is not quite my idea of fun. And I know I'm seeing kind of awkwardly, but I've got Kip right here and Daisy right here. So, and they were not budging this morning. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on here is loop that around right there. So I've got this like tail here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tiny bit of fabric tape just to secure it while I wrap it. I'm going to wrap it with some embroidery thread. Okay. This tape is awesome if you need to make a quick fix to something. Or at least hold it in place for a little bit. But it can be finicky and annoying. Ah. Here we go. Okay. So see? Now we got that. Now I need to get my... I don't recall what color I was going to use. Let's do this like... that so does not show up. It's this really cool like dusty gray color though. Okay, and I normally would not do this, but I'm going to put it through with a really, really sharp needle instead of on my super sharp one. There we go. Just to secure it and make sure that's not going anywhere. So I kind of lift up the flap of that and stick that through. That's all you have to do on that. Alrighty. You want to cut off the excess. Okay. So I'm going to loop this around like that. And then from here, I'm going to just wind it up. I'm going to need that needle again on that. I don't know why I put it up, but I did. It's the bottom. It's been a while since I've done this, so. A neat loop on the top and the bottom. Okay, so let's try that again. Okay, so there you have one at the top and the bottom now. I think I did this backwards again. But whatever. Okay. So now I'll pull it through that one. Yeah, I did backwards, but oh, whatever. Okay. Now, I stupidly put my needle up already. Oh, I need to. Hey, Jess! So, yay, there we go. Okay. And I tuck that through the back like that. Like there's a needle right there. Pull that through and then pull that through the loop that was there. And then I take the little tiny bit that was left back here, pull that tight, and so it secures it. And then, let's space that out a little bit. And then I usually just come around and tie a couple knots in it just to make sure that it's secure and it's not going anywhere. And then snip it. So now you have that. And let me put this on. So I'm making these for stocking stuffers for my female family members. So I need a really thin needle. I think this will work. I knit and I embroidery, so I have like needles, embroidery, floss, yarn, all this stuff all over the place. I have a lot of spare fabrics, but I am by no means a seamstress. I did the biggest seamstress project of my life, which was making a quilt. Loved it for years, decided it wasn't good enough, tore it up, and still haven't redone it yet. I can do some seamstressing type things, but I'm not particularly great at it. So I tend to stay in my lane a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do with a really thin needle, hi Al, is, oh, that would be awesome, Ryan. Wait, can I do this here? Yeah, there we go. Oh, I forgot to change. Oh, hey, sweet, my font changed. Okay, yes, but I'm going to have to figure out how to change that so it makes it pop up a little bit better. Kip, stop. Yeah, this is Kip. She's nuts. Okay, I was going to get... Where's my... Welcome to my morning. I am all over the place today. Are you laying on it, Kip? Well, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So I am just going to take some black thread. Well, I think this is black. It might be navy. Whatever. So I'm going to take some black thread. And put it through here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is right on the very, very edges of these, still within the seam part, so it's still solid. But I'm going to bring this up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, depending on who specifically I'm making it for, I've got a whole bunch of seed beads. So I'm going to put these on here just to give it a little bit of color other than the standard denim. So my mom really likes blue, so I guess it's going to be blue regardless. But I'm going to throw some gold and some silver and some other stuff in there too. This is so much easier with like an actual bead needle, but alas, I don't have one. So you make do with what you got. I will have one very soon because I've actually got another project coming up with that. Let's throw in a little bit. Let's throw in some brown. She likes brown too. So I'm doing one for my mom, my mom, my aunt, and my son's girlfriend, which I think she's staying most of the holidays with us. She's super, super sweet. Yep, we got beads. I just hope like hell the dogs don't knock these over, because if they do, like, that's it. They're going everywhere. Kip, stop. Come on. Kip is being very licky this morning. I don't know why she's being so licky, but she is. This is probably not going to be a terribly long stream. One, I'm doing it solo. Two, I'm just trying to finish up showing you guys the project that I did yesterday, or that I started yesterday. What I decided I'm going to do is on the live stream, I want to do the longer term projects that just don't make a whole lot of sense to do a whole video for, because there are some projects like there's a blanket that I'm going to start knitting soon, which that's going to take a couple months to do. And I don't want to work for 3 months on a single video. So I already have enough problems trying to get a video out on time anyway. Yep, and there goes my beads all over the place. That's okay though. So I think that's going to be the plan. So now that I've kind of measured it, it goes out almost to the end. So I'm hoping this needle is thin enough to do this. Let me grab one of the black ones. Okay. So, there's that. Then, yeah. Ow, Daisy. Sorry, Daisy's scratching my foot. I'll see what I'm doing here just a second. Okay, so now I've strung all the beads through one side. I've got one black bead on this side. And all I'm going to do is run the needle back through all the other beads. That way, when I pull it, when I pull it tight, it'll hang like that. So, and make sure you don't get your thread all mixed up with everything. So, when you do pull it tight, you get that one like that. And then you just shift down and do another one. Do them all the way down. I'm also probably going to put I've got some really cool turquoise beads that I'm probably going to put on here. My mom loves turquoise, so. Not quite. But anyway, so stocking stuffers, here's the thing. Like, I have no problem with people who like Christmas. I have no problem with people who celebrate Christmas. By all means, go right ahead. It is your prerogative to do that. I personally do not like Christmas that much. I never have. Probably never will. It is just not my thing. And I don't know why I'm so, like, anti-ish Christmas. But I think a lot of it honestly has to do with how commercial it's gotten. And obviously, like, I'm not remotely religious, but I understand the family aspect. And I mean, you'll find people of all faith and no faith actually celebrating Christmas because it's more of a family holiday now. But it's just gotten so commercialized. I'm just kind of like, meh. And it kind of annoys me that I think what really killed it for me one year was there were a whole bunch of kids in my family. And we were sitting there trying to eat dinner or trying to eat lunch because our traditions have shifted. We used to open gifts Christmas Eve afternoon, and then we switched to Christmas morning. And so we were waiting to open them after lunch on Christmas morning, and all the kids were getting like insane about it and not letting us eat lunch. And I'm just like, okay, fine. Like I was done at that point. And it's just one of those things that just got so give me for all the for the gifts for the kids. And yeah, I mean, I was spoiled as a kid, especially with Christmas. I'm an only child, so it's slightly inevitable. But I try my best to not raise my boys like that. However, it kind of tends to happen when they know that when the grandparents know those are the only grandchildren they're ever getting. They tend to go a little crazy with it. So, there's 2. And it'll usually probably be on its side, so it'll lay like that. And this will get all messed up and stuff the more it's used as well. So I was only going to make this about 30 minutes. Let me see, what else? So I'm working on an ocean video, which is actually really cool. And I'm talking about like some of the weirdest crap we find in the ocean. So a little preview of that. There's an animal down there that is a single cell. It's one cell, but it can be up to like this big. It's crazy. It cheats a little bit with the single cellular thing because it has a whole bunch of different nuclei, but they're still really freaking cool. So, let's zoom on this side. This one I have to go behind the stitching instead of in front of it. There's also snails down there that they live around hydrothermal vents. They actually incorporate iron into their shells. There's also these little wormy things that I forgot what they're called. That live down by hydrothermal vents. That the space that they live in is so damn hot that like their tail actually sticks into the water that is like hundreds of degrees. But the cool thing about it is they have a layer of bacteria on them that basically protect them from the heat. They are the animal with the like highest heat range that can live because of that. So that's pretty damn cool. It's kind of amazing that you have on this surface, and even in the top layers of the ocean, everything depends, and even on the bottom of the ocean for some of it, everything depends on the sun. Because you have to have the sun to produce the light, to give the photosynthesis, to let plants and stuff grow. But a lot, when that material dies, it sinks to the bottom and feeds some of them. But there are total groups of organisms down there that live off nothing but the chemicals and stuff that are churned up by the planet, which is just really cool. That if the sun blinked out until they froze because the oceans got too cold, they'd be fine. Which is just like, the ocean's amazing. Like, I wish I knew a whole lot more. I wish I actually went to school for oceanography or something. Alas, I didn't, and that will always be one of my big regrets. But it's so crazy. There's so much really cool stuff down there that I think a lot of people they're not knowledgeable about it, and not even not knowledgeable, they just don't know. Because how often do you see a really good documentary on the deep ocean? The guy who's there's a YouTube channel that does a whole bunch of deep sea stuff that I absolutely love. One thing that he did was he said he did his videos and shit, and then he had to put on there, nothing in this film is AI, because it looks like AI, because these creatures are just crazy looking and they move so weird that it's just like, I can see how someone would think it's AI, but I almost kind of take offense for the poor animals, because they're like, no, I'm freaking super cool here, stop claiming I'm AI. It's like when you get when you see really cool artwork that you know is actual artwork, but someone's like, no bro, that's AI. It's like, nah dude. There's one artist that does he does a whole bunch of paintings and they're like super colorful. He's been all over the internet and people have like claimed that he's like fake art, but yeah, I like his stuff. It's really cool. I forgot what his name is. I cannot remember for the life of me. It's like, I think AI is the downfall of humanity, but we'll see if I'm wrong about that. I think there's some jobs that AI is not going to be able to do, to be honest. Mainly because AI has a really hard time doing stuff that humans haven't done to some extent. They might be able to do it better, but it can only process what's in its data set. Okay, so I'm going to tie this off now that I've got 3 on here. If I can. It's being difficult. Ah. Sorry, this needle is tiny and my hands are cold. You know what I can do? I can just do this. Almost. So there's that with 3 of these on it, and I'm going to probably add like a line um, of turquoise down the center, which I will probably show you guys either sometime this week or I'll post pictures of them once I'm done. And yeah, I will see you guys later. All right. All right, well, anyway, thank you for stopping by. I just wanted to pop on, honestly, because I really wanted to show that intro. I've been so excited about that intro since, like, the moment I saw it. The awesome Jess from How to Roll an Asteroid made that for me. And it was, like, the best thing I had ever seen. So I'm just like, yes, I have to use that. So, and apparently Kip says hi, too. So anyway, yes, I will see you guys soon. I will be on Java and Jugs tomorrow morning. I'll be streaming it here, and it's also several, it'll also be on several other channels. I'm always on Hot Topics over at Better Than Ember, and you can catch me live here, and I upload videos whenever I can get myself to do them, and Kip's not being in the way. All right. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much.